You know what this episode gets wrong about henchmen?
What?
How henchmen talk. Not once do we hear someone go, you got it, boss. That's how henchmen talk.
Hey, boss.
It's the bat.
Get him on the ground and stomp on his face.
That's how they talk. They just talk like thugs from Batman Arkham City.
We like the cookies that we want to believe in.
You know, that's a man who works at a cookie factory. That's not a henchman.
Yeah, those are tough, just typical blue-collar guys working at a cookie factory.
You mean you ain't never heard of Christmas before?
I just did the like motion thing and my whole like chest just cracked.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is the Adventure Twins podcast. We're two twins talking about one of our favorite shows, Adventure Time. My name's Jacob.
Sorry, I'm just yawning. It's like 7 p.m. here. I'm Jon.
It's like 7 p.m. It's like 8 in your time, right?
It's the time zone, though. It's the time zone.
No, because it's 9. Oh, it's 9.
No, because remember we went back an hour.
No. No, it should still be 9 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock here. Make a wish.
What did I already say? We talk about. I'm Jacob. You're Jon. Today's episode, we're going to talk about season 1, episode 22, Henchman. This episode was released August 23rd, 2010, written by Luther McLaurin and Cole Sanchez. In this episode, Finn offers to become a henchman for Marceline, the Vampire Queen. What are your initial thoughts?
This is the second appearance of Marceline, is that right?
Yeah, because we had evicted already.
Yes, and I like how when they first see her, they have to verbally say, oh, look, it's Marceline, the Vampire Queen, and give the full title, just in case we all forgot and hadn't watched Evicted. But yeah, so Marcy's back, so this is a kind of a making a point of like, hey, this will be a recurring character, kind of similar to Ice King. We've already seen Ice King a couple times. Same for PB.
Yeah, Ice King is probably... Him or PB are the most, like, yeah, these are established characters. But yeah, I think this is only the second Marceline episode.
I believe so, other than the theme song.
Yeah, we do see her there. This episode starts out pretty simple. They're playing in a boneyard, just a playground full of bones and skeletons.
You know, and Jake makes the line of like, I'm so glad you invited me out to the boneyard.
Yeah. Does he?
You know, no.
I don't think he says that.
No,
I think
just a great...
I don't think they say anything about it. You just see it and it goes there.
I like Jake slides down and has a giant like mammoth tusk stuck in him.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
He just like coughs up a huge bone.
It's like dogs eating chicken wings just because lodged in there.
And Marceline sees them just kind of playing around and just decides, sure, I'm just going to screw with them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she kind of makes a point of being overheard speaking to someone so that the two of them will hear her and go investigate. And Jake does this cool thing where he kind of like, Finn is like, oh, you're not still scared of vampires, are you? And it looks and Jake is like fully caved in on himself. Like his face is just not there anymore. He's like moved his face and pulled it into his own body. That's hard to describe, but like...
I called it Jake's foreskin hideaway neck. Which is not right.
He almost looks like a trash can, but if the base of the can was his face.
I was also picturing a sandworm, maybe.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Like from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And no other things that involve sandworms.
No, I've never seen any sandworms in anything else.
Either. No.
My next note just says Marceline is a dommy mommy.
Literally, I wrote Goth Dommy Mommy. No way. That's this whole episode.
That's kind of what this episode is. Marceline is like, she's a henchman and makes people do what she says. And I think this one awakened a lot of things in a lot of people.
Yep. The fact that I initially saw this, I said, oh yeah, I know what this episode is.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole episode at this point.
It's also not dissimilar to What We Do in the Shadows. Finn is taking the role of Guillermo. And
being a familiar to a vampire. In this one, they're called henchmen, but it'd be a familiar.
Sure.
Marceline has this old guy who is her familiar. It's just this old guy, and they're like, you got to stop beating up on this old man, because I can make him do whatever I want. And it's like, henchman, amuse me. And he just starts hopping around on his cane, and he's like super old. His like face is sagging, so he's got like jowls, kind of like Jake does.
I noted I liked how the old henchman has fat old cheek jowls.
Yeah, he's got jowls. He's got boogers and just like a snotty nose and crying because he's like so old.
Clearly been a henchman for a long time. It made me think of the wizards who protect the one wizard.
Oh,
the episode Wizard.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the old wizards who like they've clearly been doing this for a long time, so they're very old now.
I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, I almost have like so little to say about this episode. It's just so straightforward.
Most of mine are just I like this.
Yeah.
So basically, Finn sells himself away to be a sissy slave, and Jake keeps trying to like go and like free him. But obviously Jake is scared of Marceline as a vampire, and so that's like just a running gag too, is he always comes in with like a brave tactic and just runs away immediately.
Yeah.
And Marcy always does like a spooky, scary face to freak him out, and that makes me chuckle.
Yeah, Finn is a hero, and so he's got like this hero credibility or honor to uphold, where he has to, he can't let this old guy, so he offers to take the place and, be the familiar to Marceline and do whatever she says. And so Marceline takes him and kind of just all of her errands and makes Finn do it. One of the whole things is that it's like everything Marceline makes him does has a sort of ironic twist to it. So it always sounds a lot worse than it is, of like, ooh, you're going to have to help me go feed, and you got to hold this guy down. But it's like, oh, I don't actually eat humans. I eat the color red, and just drinks the red out of his bow tie. I like that little guy, though. He was cool.
Yeah. The bow tie that looks like a bra.
Yeah.
I like when she says, we're going to go help me feed, and Finn questions what does a vampire eat? And he goes, like sentient beings? Or
like oats. He's like oats? Like sentient beings? Or like oats?
Or oats?
I'm like, that's what vampires feed on, is oats.
So they're also horses, maybe. Maybe like a vampire horse. That could eat sentient beings and oats.
Vampire cow. What's it? In Marvel, isn't it Hell Cow?
That sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, it's a vampire cow. That would probably eat sentient beings and also oats.
I bet Goose Rider would probably eat. It's the Spider Ham Ghost Rider. Goose Rider.
That's
Jon.
right.
That's a real character.
If you look inside the person they feed on, or at least the bow tie that Marcy eats, I don't know if you looked into his house. He's got he's just sitting there playing the piano, and he has a house that's just like covered in portraits of himself and like him and his wife, his late wife. And if you look, his late wife is like this Amazonian woman, where she's like 10 times the height of him. Mm-hmm. And there's just him in the corner wearing his little red bow tie that looks like a bra.
Kind of like a classic like character dynamic thing where take two totally opposite body builds, and that's great dynamic duo there.
And so,
I think the old guy delivers probably one of the best lines in all of Adventure Time.
Oh yeah.
Finn is like, I'm sorry, I'm forced to do whatever she says, and he goes, I wrote it down exactly. I understand, son. I was married myself once.
Yeah.
And like that is it. That is the best line of every episode of Adventure Time.
I am bound by my code to do as she says. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I liked this old guy. He's kind of very fruity, especially with him being like, oh, it's a white bow tie now.
Very queer-coded.
Yeah, it's good. I like him.
You notice how Marceline, like, Finn's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep pulling him away so you can't bite him. Marcy uses, like, magic powers to, like, roll up Finn's arms.
Oh, yeah. Like, rolls them in on themselves. And, like,
does she normally have powers like that? I don't remember her ever doing that in, like, any other episode.
Vampire powers are pretty inconsistent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like they just make shit up half the time. I know they're, what was it, James Rolfe, one of the series, he has it's bullshit, the vampires one, and he points out all the bullshit things. It's like, they can't be in bat form going over running water. And that's actually from the original Dracula.
Was that in the original? I thought that was one of the Hammer films.
Nope, that's in the original Dracula. I just read that one.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he can't go over running water in bat form, so we can at least catch up to him in a carriage. I'm like, this is so stupid. They just have all these dumb rules. Vampires are like the dumbest shit.
Do you remember what the second chore was that Marcy has them do?
They have to raise an army of skeletons and take them to the Nut Kingdom.
The Nut Kingdom, yeah. We get a return of the Duke and Duchess of Nuts.
Did not remember that they showed up again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I know. Because I think in the last time we talked about them, we're like, yeah, these guys don't show up again. And like 2 episodes later, they're back.
We tend to say that a lot, like especially like the Adventure Time title card. Because actually Donnie ended with the Adventure Time title card.
Yeah.
But we're just like, episode 1 of like, yeah, you're not going to see that again. That's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
No, it's 21 episodes in at that point. They're still doing it.
Mm-hmm. I do like the Skeleton Army because I like skeleton armies and they're cool. Yeah. I just wrote Skeleton Army, always cool. Finn puts up a little fight about leading an army of the dead, and one just sticks its hand out of the grave and just grabs his butt. And that kind of is like, all right, I'll do it.
A goose is Finn.
It gives him a little goose, a little pinch on the tuchus.
Yeah. I also appreciate a good skeleton army. You don't see those enough. Skeletons are, they're cool, and that's a fact.
Everyone likes skeletons. They're fun.
Hard to hate them, but they're not scary. They're always like cannon fodder and everything.
I wrote this line down. I guess it was before they go into the Duke of Nuts or something. I think it's Finn who just says, "That sounds bombastic, honey."
I noticed he called her honey and sugar.
Which is... Oh, is that him just trying to be agreeable?
I think so. Yeah. And then he ran up early to go warn the Duke of Nut that like, oh my god, an army of the dead is coming to sack your nut castle. And I'm just like, wow, sack my nut is a little... they knew what they were doing. Yeah.
I love the doorman at the Duke of Nuts.
Oh, me too. He was so cute.
Yeah, I just wrote super little gay guy at the door. Inviting him into the kingdom. Yeah, he's a great like one-off kind of character. He's fantastic.
Yeah. Adventure Time thrives
they're having a big,
little dudes.
Yeah, they're having a big party for the Duke and Duchess of Nuts because it's the first birthday of the Duke of Nuts' second son, and they specify that because right in the Duke of Nuts episode, it was his first son who was like the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And so this was the first birthday of the second son of the Duke of Nuts. And they're convinced that they're good. Yeah, Finn is, again, overreacting, convinced that Marceline... Well, not even overreacting. Marceline is intentionally misleading.
Yeah. So what's the ironic twist is... She's actually the party entertainment, and the skeletons are coming for the party.
And she busts out her sick-ass axe bass guitar and sings a song
axe, axe.
Yeah, it's an axe, and sings the song, I want to suck out your eyeballs and rip out your throat.
You know, the song was called, I think, Fisherman. Like, this is a song about our fisherman. It has absolutely nothing to do with fishing or a fisherman.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fisherman, you look so good in your boat. I want to suck out your eyeballs and rip out your throat.
That's pretty much just death metal lyrics right there. That's all Amon Amarth thinks about.
You know, what is it, Olivia Munson or whatever, who's the voice actress?
Yeah.
I love how it's a band, but it's just one bass guitar.
That's what I was questioning. So she's the entertainment, and it's just bass guitar. Would that be good? Like, an actual, in the real world, would someone go to just see bass guitar?
Bass guitar and a skeleton army? Probably.
Okay, yes. But, like, an actual, I'm trying to think real-world examples. And I'm like, yeah, there are probably some folks I would go if it was just them and a bass.
Yeah. I mean, Les Claypool I would watch go just play bass.
Dude, he's so cool to watch live.
Yeah.
I was thinking Geddy Lee would be fun. Because he also does the singing, too.
Geezer Butler. I'm just thinking of the bassist I know.
Who is Cliff Burton
Yeah.
His style was cool. That one almost just sounded like a guitar. Like real guitar, not like a stupid bass guitar. Like fake guitar.
Like stupid fake guitar, like a bass. Yeah, people who play bass are stupid.
Yeah, and they're ugly.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I play a little bass. That's the joke. Ah.
Is it a little bass?
Yeah, it's a tiny bass. I play a bass ukulele.
Anyways, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, just bass is like, eh.
I don't know, but I mean, I think she sells it on her personality. It's about the personality. It's all about the music.
Shut up. Did you see the one, the recent, not super recent, but Jack Black hosted SNL. I think it was him, and the musical guest was Elton John and Brandy Carlisle. There was one of
I didn't watch it. I saw like clips of it online.
I'm sure you saw the Goth Kid on Vacation.
Yeah.
So there was
bass.
I was gonna call it a B-side, but it's one of the post update sketches, and it's the like the all bass. Like, yeah, we're just having to open. Come on, play any instrument. And everyone who walks up there just plays bass.
Yeah.
I'm like, musicians would find this funny.
We don't need any more bass guitar, guys. We're all good on bass. We're all set.
So that was that one. I was
laughing
my ass off on
Spinal
that
Tap
one.
bit, isn't it?
I haven't seen that one in a long time.
I don't know if it's from the movie or if it's just on a live show or something where it's just like, and on the bass guitar, and on the electric bass, and on the bass guitar. It's just all bass.
Bass guitar is just like the universally laughed at, like always the butt of the joke.
It's the bass.
Or Ringo. Those are the two running jokes of music.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're now like 2 things in of like Marceline basically trying to trick him into making him think it's worse. So
yeah. The next one I didn't write anything down, but the dimple plan is the next one, right?
Finn has more or less figured out, like, all right, it's whatever. You know, it's always, there's some twist to it that makes it not as bad as it seems. I'm overreacting. And Marceline brings out a dimple plant, which is this adorable little plant with a face on it and has dimples. And if you eat its fruit, it gives you a dimple.
It's super cute.
And so Finn is like, wait, how is this bad? I know there's a twist, but I can't figure it out. Because he's supposed to just kill the plant. Like, take an axe and just chop its head off.
And he even says that to Marcy of like, what's the twist here? She goes, there is no twist. Kill it.
No twist. Just kill it. And the twist on this one is that, like, oh, you waited too long. It's now turned into, like, this big carnivorous plant that's no longer cute. And so now he actually has to, like, fight it and stuff. When he cuts off one of the tentacles of the plant, it, like, sprays an orange goo all over him. It almost looks like Fanta. And it just, Finn drinks a shit ton of it, and his face just gets covered in dimples. And so, I don't know. It looks into almost like an Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors or something.
Ba-doop. Scoop da boop. Ba-doop. I love Little Shop.
Ooh, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom,
for $1.95.
Sha-la-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ooh. I didn't hit that.
So anyways, yeah, the whole episode is just Marcy like rage baiting Finn again. I think the dimple is the last thing. At that point, he just accepts like,
yeah, he's totally
this is just part. It's just part of it. So they're like going into a strawberry field. I think she's trying to feed on the color red, obviously. So,
strawberry fields forever.
Yeah, exactly. So they're in there, and Marceline makes a comment of because they're out in like the broad daylight. And Finn asks, like, doesn't that, like, wait, can you even be out in the sunlight? And she has a little umbrella, and she goes, yeah, it hurts, but I kind of like it. I go, God, that's just so...
So metal.
That's so metal. I actually wrote
it's
that.
It's like a little
so
emo,
metal.
Yeah.
It's so emo, and you know there was, like, a kid who not only had a crush on Marcy, but was like, oh my God, that's so me. Like...
I can just imagine, like, the DeviantArt sort of, like, fan art of, like...
Oh, yeah.
It hurts, but I kind of like it.
Yep.
Of like Marcy and like PB or whatever. Just like the cringiest Tumblr kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm picturing
like, I mean, this one totally leans into it. So, I mean, the people who are doing that kind of stuff are the kind of thing that like Marceline are made for.
Yeah.
Like, they're the target audience for Dommy Mommy Goth Vampire. Like,
yeah. You know the one. It's one of the My Little Ponies and Mordecai from regular show.
If we could pretend that airplanes are like
I
in the night sky are like shooting stars.
I went to like an emo concert one time, and instead of putting up like a band poster or something, they just projected that photo on the wall the entire set. And I'm just like, this is gonna be a good concert.
What is it, Rainbow Dash X Mordecai or something? I know that one is like extremely popular. I've seen people like cosplay that. Like,
yeah, that one's pretty.
That one's a ton of fun.
But yeah, that one got the crowd going, I will say.
Yeah,
I think that was a band called Thoughts on Bowling.
Cool.
Yep. They opened for Michael Cera Palin.
All right.
Which is who I went to see. I wanted to go see them, but Thoughts on Bowling open. I think they're local to me.
Yeah. All right. I don't remember. They talked something about parents or something like that, and I just wrote down the line. Jake told me I came out of a cabbage.
They said something. I don't remember what.
I don't remember the lead up to that conversation though.
Me neither. Yeah. I didn't write it down, and I don't think it was that important.
Finn came out of a cabbage, apparently, according to Jake. Of course, we know he was found on a leaf because he was sitting in his own. He made Boom Boom on a leaf.
Yep, he had no life before that.
Yeah.
But Jake finally comes out. He's disguised as a strawberry, and he managed, which is a great visual gag. And he actually comes out and is able to take a stake and like kill Marceline.
He is like chucking garlic cloves at her. And,
yeah,
like, he's got a belt just full of like wooden stakes to go through her stuff.
Very Van Helsing coded, not like original Van Helsing from the book where he's just a dumb professor, but like the movie Van Helsing where he's like a vampire slayer. But he's very like that coded, and yeah, he does it. He kills Marceline.
Well, he goes and Finn puts up a fight because he's at this point caught on of like Marceline is not actually a bad person; she's just fucking with me. And so the line he says is, "She's not a bad guy. She's a radical dame who likes to play games." And I'm like, that really is who Marcy is.
Yeah, that's very Finn coded to rhyme like that.
Yeah. And that's so Jake is convinced. Oh, you're lying. You're under her control. Whatever. I've got to keep fighting. So they tussle a little bit, and then Jake puts a stake through the parasol. Thinks he gets Marceline. And it's revealed, oh no, Marceline had turned into a bat and flew into his backpack. And at that point, like Finn had caught on, and because like Marcy had before Jake jumped out was like, oh, we got to go strangle some pixies. And Finn is like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And she's like, it's not fun now that you know it's a bit. So like,
she just gives up.
Done. Yeah, it's like, well, we had our fun, but that's kind of it. And so that's really what the whole plot of the episode is Marceline taking advantage of his sort of overreacting and naivety, and it's funny. And then Jake's just terrified the whole time and keeps failing to attack her. I think it's a good episode.
Finn, I think they make it kind of clear at the end of the episode too that the original old henchman was not actually a henchman. But she specifically staged that to trick Finn into like basically just so she could mess with Finn the whole time. And he asked like, so who was the old henchman? Oh, an old diving buddy. And like, what the hell does that mean? Like, was she on a diving team? Or just
apparently, they were divers together.
So I thought that was kind of
ever gets addressed again. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of a weird throwaway joke, but I remember it just stuck with me at the end there. And then when she's flying off and is like, "Hey, so we're still gonna go pixie strangling Saturday," and so I'm like, "Wait, is that a good thing or is that a bad like?"
I think it's just like hey, we're gonna hang out again, right? Like,
I think it must be.
They've now like become friends, kind of like this is them realizing it was like even with Evicted, like her whole shtick is she's just gonna mess with you, but like it's never ill intentioned.
And I think Finn finally caught on in this episode where now they can just hang out as friends without the whole subtlety of I need to just be messing with you the whole time. Maybe Marcy just wanted to hang out with Finn the whole time. Seems like it.
Yeah, Do you have a closing thoughts?
Not really. I prefer Evicted over this one. This one's fine though. Very similar to another episode where, I think it's like Finn and Jake want to become ghosts or vampires or something. It's very similar to that one.
I don't remember that one. Is that one's later?
Yeah, that's later.
Speaking of later, it is about my bedtime, 9:35.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I think this is a fun episode. It's one I remember. I mean, the early Marceline episodes also, they're good. Establishes just Marceline's a great character. I think this one's a lot of fun. It follows a pretty consistent structure of like, oh, Finn doesn't, there's no like big twists and turns. It's just like Finn's getting messed with, and him being so heroic is kind of his own downfall a lot. But I think it's fun. I think the sort of like tasks he's asked to do are like funny. So
yeah, I like the ironic twists. I think those were all pretty fun. Yeah,
and,
but like I don't know, there's just not as much to talk about here. I didn't think we didn't just talk for
Jake being
27
terrified is very funny.
Yeah.
I like that one. There's just little bits here and there. Plus, like that line of like, "I understand, son. I was married myself.
I was married once myself."
It's a great line. So
it really is the best.
The whole show.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That I think does it for Henchman. It's the bat. You got it, boss. You sure about that, boss?
Was he talking to us?
Batman.
You mean you ain't never heard of Christmas before?
Ew, it's our first day at the factory. What's going on here?
Hey! Okay, we can't do the whole skit. We need old King Bennett Kaniza.
Oh! Alright, no one's gonna know what we're talking about anymore. Let's just
I got a
get
story
out of here.
after we hang up, but I got a story.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, Adventure Twins!
Yay!